Hey, everybody. You may have heard about this new bond hearing that we're going to be having in Austin in November. I want to talk a little bit about it because Austin is literally taxing you faster than they can spend it. So, with the latest budget, taxes are going up, and on average, $285 per family. And that budget also includes 1.2 million for new parks, new aquatic features, as well as money for the library. On top of that tax raise that's already happening, already approved, they are asking for $295 million in additional bond spending. 260 of that's going to the aforementioned parks and pools and to buy more parks. There's 35 million going to libraries, one to expand one branch and also to create a whole nother new branch. So new taxes, more money for more parks, more pools, more libraries. Now that's double bad because one, that money that they're borrowing from the bond, we have to pay that back eventually. And that's going to end up being another $40 or $50 a year right there. But maybe you think that's worth it. But also, those new facilities, those new parks, those new libraries, those are going to need to be maintained and staffed. So that's going to be another permanent expansion of spending and taxes. The bond is really going to end up being a lot of money. Meanwhile, and this is the real kicker, the city has $1 billion just hanging around from previous bonds going as far back as 2016 that they have not used yet. That's right. They have gotten bonds approved as long as 10 years ago and still are not done spending that. Yet they're raising taxes and asking for even more bond money. Now, many of you might think, hey, this random anonymous guy on YouTube is mad. What does he know? He could just be one of those weird, grumpy types. Well, even the city staff, the professional bureaucrats, recommended against having this bond hearing. And city council said, nah, we're going to do it anyway. No one but city council thought this was a good idea. I literally mean no one. They still have $1 billion hanging around and they are asking you for still more money. So, just a quick recap. Taxes already going up. Asking to borrow almost 300 million. That's going to make taxes go up even more in the very near future and permanently after that. But they still have $1 billion they haven't used yet. And even the city staff thought it was a bad idea. And all of that is why I can quite literally say they are taking your money faster than they can spend it. So let's talk about who is they. You can vote against this. In November 3rd, you can stop this bond just like Prop Q was stopped last go round. It also pays to point out when I say they, it was not a unanimous vote. There were 3 votes against it, which is double interesting because there was only 1 vote against Prop Q. So it seems like some of them may have been scared a little straight. But let's talk about these other ones. 3 of them are up for reelection. So not only can you vote against the bond that will permanently raise your taxes forever over and above how they've already voted to raise taxes, you can take these incumbents that have chosen to ignore the $1 billion they already have and ask for even more money from you. We do have to do one quick update. Since we started editing this, it came out that Paige Ellis was unable to get enough signatures to get back on the ballot. So you may not actually be able to vote against her. But the point still stands all the same. So, October 5th, make sure you're registered. If you've moved, double check and make sure that your address is up to date. Then you can start early voting in the middle of October. You've got several weeks to do that. And then finally, if you still haven't done it, November 3rd, make sure you're registered. Ballots, polling locations, all of that, links in the description. Um, let's do it, folks. Let's say no to billionaires. Take care.